Hey there, foodies! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a very special episode in store for you. Get ready to buckle up and embark on an unforgettable journey as we delve into the infamous world of Amy's Baking Company, where chaos, controversy, and culinary calamities abound. Yes, that's right. We're taking you behind the scenes of one of the most talked about episodes of Kitchen Nightmares, featuring none other than the legendary chef Gordon Ramsay. So, grab your favorite snack and prepare to be amazed. In this video, we will first recap the episode, and then dive deep into what happened after the episode aired. In this absolutely jaw-dropping episode of Kitchen Nightmares, the renowned Gordon Ramsay pays a visit to the beleaguered Amy's Baking Company, nestled in the heart of Scottsdale, Arizona. Let's meet the owners, the dynamic duo themselves, Sammy Buzzaggio and his wife Amy Buzzaggio, who once had grand aspirations for their culinary venture. Rewinding the clock back to 2006, we witness Sammy's audacious investment of a staggering $1 million to turn Amy's dream of owning a restaurant into a reality. With Sammy taking the reins at the front of the house and Amy showcasing her culinary prowess in the kitchen, the stage was set for success, or so they thought. Alas, fate had other plans. The tranquility of their restaurant was shattered when a horde of local bloggers unleashed a torrent of scathing reviews, savaging every aspect of the establishment. As you might expect, these scathing critiques dealt a crippling blow to Amy's Baking Company, resulting in a significant loss of business. But here's where the story takes an astonishing twist, my dear viewers. Instead of heeding the feedback and addressing their shortcomings, Amy defiantly brushed it all aside, turning a blind eye to the complaints of dissatisfied customers. But wait, it gets even more incredulous. Not content with ignoring customer complaints, Amy and Sammy embarked on a vindictive mission to retaliate against those who dared to voice their dissatisfaction. Picture this. Customers being unceremoniously asked to leave the premises, or in some truly mind-boggling cases, the police being summoned to deal with what can only be described as a hostile dining experience. Unbelievable, right? It's truly astounding how Amy and Sammy's inability to handle criticism and their misguided attempts at defending their reputation led them down a treacherous path. One can't help but wonder how different things could have been if they had embraced feedback with humility and a genuine desire to improve. Now, let's fast forward to the much-anticipated arrival of the culinary titan himself, Gordon Ramsay. But before he graced them with his presence, Amy and Sammy realized they needed to spruce up the restaurant and make it somewhat presentable. Little did they know that the day leading up to Gordon's visit would descend into an astonishing whirlwind of chaos. Brace yourselves, folks, as we take you inside the heart of the storm, the kitchen. Witness the mayhem unfold before your eyes as Miranda, a hapless server, finds herself stripped of basic responsibilities. She's forbidden from using the POS system, pouring alcohol, or even handling money. Meanwhile, Amy, in her culinary kingdom, opts for the peculiar strategy of cooking one ticket at a time, resulting in excruciatingly long wait times for the already frustrated patrons. And the food? Oh boy, it's nothing short of a culinary catastrophe. Undercooked pizzas, lackluster salads. No wonder customers were left seething with disappointment. It's hard to fathom how such an ill-conceived approach to running a restaurant could persist for so long. Watching this unfold, one can't help but ponder the immense pressure and strain experienced by the dedicated staff members who were caught in the crossfire. Hold on to your seats, because things are about to take a turn for the worse. A customer, whose patience had finally worn thin, musters the courage to inquire about his pizza. Little did he know that this seemingly innocuous query would unleash a relentless barrage of verbal abuse from none other than Amy herself. The situation escalates as she threatens to involve the authorities, while Sammy, in an inexplicable attempt to retain the disgruntled customers, attempts to block their departure. Truly unbelievable. This incident highlights the toxic atmosphere that had consumed Amy's Baking Company. It's a testament to the resilience of their customers that some managed to endure such mistreatment for as long as they did. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for arrives, the arrival of the indomitable Gordon Ramsay. As he steps foot into the establishment, he's greeted by Sammy and Amy, who proudly display their impressive array of desserts and cakes. But before Gordon can even catch his breath, Amy bombards him with complaints about bloggers and online reviewers. It's a tidal wave of information that threatens to drown poor Gordon in a sea of grievances. Even at this early stage of the encounter, it's clear that Amy's fervent defensiveness and her tendency to deflect responsibility are likely to pose significant challenges throughout Gordon's attempt to save their sinking ship. Curiosity piqued, Gordon embarks on a tour of the seemingly spotless kitchen, gleaming like a surgical theater. Cleanliness, however, turns out to be but a facade, masking the plethora of deep-seated issues plaguing this ill-fated establishment. A clean kitchen may deceive the eye, but it cannot hide the underlying problems that have festered within the walls of Amy's Baking Company. Taking a seat with the embattled couple, joined by their server, Katie, Gordon delves into the heart of the matter. With bravery and honesty, Katie unveils the root cause of the chaos that has engulfed the restaurant, the toxic and erratic behavior of Amy and Sammy themselves. As they engage in conversation and sample Amy's cake, which Gordon surprisingly deems delicious, trouble lurks beneath the surface. It's truly disheartening to witness the disarray and dysfunction that has taken hold of this once promising establishment. The toll it must have taken on the dedicated staff members, such as Katie, becomes all too apparent. In a moment of candid revelation, Amy and Sammy admit that when one of them is absent, the restaurant simply shuts down. Rather than acknowledging their own shortcomings, they choose to scapegoat their supposedly incompetent staff, conveniently overlooking the revolving door of employees they've had to go through. With unwavering conviction, the couple firmly attributes their business woes to online bullies and goes to great lengths in their quest for retaliation. It's a peculiar dance of denial and misplaced blame. Amy and Sammy's refusal to accept criticism or take responsibility for their own failures casts a shadow of doubt on whether any meaningful change can be achieved. Brace yourselves, because it's time for Gordon Ramsay to experience the food firsthand. Armed with an appetite for truth, he orders a pear and fig prosciutto pizza, a blue ribbon burger, a salmon burger, and red pepper ravioli. Alas, the dishes that arrive fall far short of satisfaction. The anticipation is palpable. Gordon's discerning palate will undoubtedly uncover the glaring flaws that have plagued Amy's Baking Company. As expected, Gordon, ever the honest chef, provides feedback on the raw dough and the excessively sweet pizza. However, Sammy, fearing that this information would only exacerbate Amy's nerves, opts to withhold it from her. As for the blue ribbon burger, the wait time extends to over an hour, and when it finally emerges from the kitchen, it resembles a greasy mess with a soggy bun. It's clear that the chaos in the kitchen is mirrored in the quality of the dishes. Gordon's feedback, though well-intentioned, is met with resistance and the owner's unwavering defense of their subpar creations. Even in the face of undeniable evidence, Amy staunchly defends her dishes and the inclusion of store-bought ravioli in her menu. The red pepper ravioli, with its strange aroma and perplexing blend of sweet and spicy flavors, is a glaring example of the lack of culinary integrity that plagues the establishment. The salmon burger, once promising, falls victim to overcooking and dryness, transforming into a pale imitation of its potential. It's a disheartening sight to witness the unwavering denial of reality by Amy, who seems to live in a world where her creations are beyond reproach. Such refusal to acknowledge the truth only reinforces the dire state of affairs at Amy's Baking Company. As the evening progresses, tensions rise to an uncomfortable crescendo. Gordon, ever the observant chef, changes his outfit and returns to witness the dinner service unfold. To his dismay, he discovers that Amy and Sammy persist in ignoring customer feedback, callously discarding uneaten food without a second thought. Shockingly, it's revealed that Sammy pockets all the tips, leaving the hard-working servers empty-handed. It's a breaking point for one server, Katie, who courageously decides to part ways with the toxic environment. Katie's departure, though undoubtedly difficult for her, is a powerful act of self-preservation. It serves as a stark reminder of the toll that Amy and Sammy's mismanagement and mistreatment have exacted upon their dedicated staff. Confrontation is inevitable as Gordon once again challenges Amy and Sammy, questioning why Amy cannot bring herself to accept criticism. Amy, however, grows defensive, unwilling to acknowledge the deep-seated problems that have plagued her kitchen. Meanwhile, Gordon seeks a moment of solitude with Sammy, hoping to uncover the root cause of Amy's unwavering stubbornness. Amy's inability to receive constructive criticism is a glaring obstacle to any potential progress. Without a willingness to face their flaws head-on, it's difficult to imagine how Amy's baking company can ever rise from the ashes. The tension between Gordon and the owners reaches its boiling point in a heated argument that lays bare the dysfunction that has consumed Amy's baking company. With raw emotions running high, Gordon makes the difficult decision to walk away, knowing that Amy and Sammy are not yet ready to confront their shortcomings. In the end, it's a tale of missed opportunities and a stubborn refusal to change. Amy's baking company, despite the intervention of one of the culinary world's most esteemed chefs, is left in a state of disarray, doomed to remain a cautionary tale of what can happen when pride, defensiveness, and an inability to accept criticism override all else. And there you have it, foodies. The jaw-dropping saga of Amy's Baking Company, an unforgettable chapter in the annals of kitchen nightmares. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the chaos that unfolded within those hallowed kitchen walls. Remember, folks, the lessons we can learn from this incredible story extend far beyond the realm of culinary endeavors. Let us strive to embrace feedback, nurture humility, and always be open to growth. Until next time, happy cooking. After this episode of Kitchen Nightmares was aired, Amy's Baking Company became a sensation for all the wrong reasons. People visited the place like tourists to see for themselves what all the hullabaloo is about, if the food is indeed bad, and if Amy and Sammy are indeed crazy. The video went viral and led to hundreds of memes, trolls, and animated cartoons based on the couple and their madhouse of a restaurant. The couple took offense, as usual, and retaliated online with their Facebook posts and comments, calling them names. They also declared that the whole show was staged by Ramsay and crew to bring their business down and to personally attack them. However, the Amy's Baking Company website also began selling t-shirts with the caption, "I am a gangster," and other catchphrases, which Sammy had told Ramsay, and which got picked up by the online community after the show was aired. This indicates that they were also trying to cash in on the tremendous negative publicity they were receiving. They did not seem to have made any changes to their policies and were still on the defensive on the various interviews they gave to media post the stunt. The Boozaglos are also seen declaring that they don't need anyone's help and that they can sustain their business because they have a lot of money. Was that true? No, as you'll see in my answer to the next question, but let's cover a few more interesting points from after the Amy's Baking Company Kitchen Nightmares visit before I talk about whether it's still open in 2023. After the episode aired, the Amy's Baking Company Facebook page had some absolutely crazy posts that were insulting people. Here's a screenshot of some to give you an idea of what was being posted. You people are all shot. Yelp shot, Reddit shot. Come to here. I will bucking show you all. I am Wonder Woman. I am a great chef, a great wife, and a great mom to my kids, and we will be parents to a human kid. One day we will show all of you. Go to sleep, you little kids. Dream about being successful because we have a multi-million business with supporters. You can't bring us down. This isn't even the full list, but as you can see, the Facebook posts were pretty crazy. However, Sammy and Amy claim that they weren't behind those posts and that their Facebook page was hacked. Here's a Fox News article about it, and I've embedded the relevant quote from Amy. Sammy, in his own words, said, "We've had some success in finding the alleged hacker. People have been very critical about us in that department, but I can't control my own Facebook page right now. I will reset passwords, then they will change. Copycat pages are being created daily. Friends can't tell our identity from parody pages. This is why we reported this early to the Scottsdale Police Department. Since Kitchen Nightmares aired, we have not replied to anyone online. It's up to you whether you want to believe Sammy or not." The couple even made an appearance on Dr. Phil, where they were questioned about their behavior. The interview shed some light on their troubled past, with Amy having a criminal record related to misuse of a social security number and Sammy having issues with immigration due to undisclosed drug charges. Sammy had a criminal record and was banned from France and Germany because of a history of drug and extortion charges. We all know how much Amy loved reviews, so let's take a look at Amy's Baking Company reviews next. It's hard to get an accurate picture because a lot of people left reviews who never actually visited. This is because of how viral the episode went. Overall, Amy's Baking Company had just a 2.5-star rating on over 760 reviews at the time that Amy's Baking Company closed. Here's a sampling of a few Amy's Baking Company reviews that were written after the visit from Gordon Ramsay. "I did my best to only include reviews from people who seem like they actually visited in person." 1-star Yelp review from March 2015. "Wow, what an experience. I do give 1 star for ambiance. I mean, this was so bad. If you saw you like it, you are fooling yourself or getting paid by the owners. I went with my girlfriend and she had her ID held by Sammy for over 30 minutes when she ordered wine. We had to ask for it back with the check. The pizza was burnt on the top and bottom and raw in the middle. We both almost spit it out. When we asked for a to-go box, Sammy got aggressive and proceeded to ask over and over why we didn't want to eat. Since we were the only people in the restaurant on a Friday night at prime dinner hour, I avoided conflict and said I needed to get to the airport for a business trip. He continued to push until we left with our pizza to go. We left it on the patio. Thank God there is a great pita place next door we went to for dinner. If I had eaten any more, I would have been sick. 2-star Yelp review from February 2015. Where do I start? The baked goods were delicious, but the food is only so-so. When I sent my burger back, the owner, Amy, came out and asked me why I didn't like it. I explained it was overcooked, and she told me that was not what I ordered, and she was not going to remake another burger for me. I was with my daughter, who is only 2 years old, and was nervous and scared to say the least by Amy's attitude. If you are going to Amy's Baking Company, please don't take children. The owners are very unpredictable and will verbally assault you for the littlest thing. I will never go back even if the baked goods were tasty. 5-star Yelp review from April 2015. One word: incredible. There is absolutely no reason why this restaurant shouldn't be packed during all hours of the day. I've watched the Kitchen Nightmares episode, and let me tell you firsthand, that's a completely different restaurant. The food was delicious, service excellent, dessert magnificent. Give this place a try. Just go in with an open mind. It'll be a great experience. Amy's Baking Company closed for good in September 2015, which was a little over 2 years after the Amy's Baking Company Kitchen Nightmares episode aired on TV. The reason that Amy's Baking Company closed was because of an issue with their landlord, or at least that's the public reason. As of 2023, the old Amy's Baking Company Scottsdale AZ location is no longer occupied by a restaurant. Instead, it seems to be occupied by a couple of different businesses, including an Aikido martial arts studio and a kids' art studio named Rachel's Young at Art Studio. While the original Amy's Baking Company Gordon Ramsay visit didn't go very well, the episode generated so much publicity that Kitchen Nightmares did a second episode as the first episode of Season 7. Gordon Ramsay did not return for the episode. Instead, he filmed his parts in the Hell's Kitchen set. But the episode did include new footage, as well as an interview with Sammy and Amy by a local reporter. A lot of people are wondering what happened to Sammy and Amy Buzaglo after Amy's Baking Company closed, so let's tackle that next in my Kitchen Nightmares Sammy and Amy update. First, let's talk about where Sammy and Amy are now. The couple no longer live in the USA. Instead, they've moved to Israel. Before moving to Israel, they had previously been living in Westwood, California. Amy is still baking desserts and creates a lot of online content. For example, the Amy's Baking Company Instagram page is still very active, and Amy is regularly posting pictures of her creations. Sammy hasn't posted on Instagram in around 2 years now, but the Sammy Buzaglo Instagram page was active before then and includes photos of the couple. As far as I can tell, Sammy and Amy are still married. After the episode, you probably won't be surprised to learn that Miranda left Amy's Baking Company. According to Katie, Miranda quit a couple of days after Katie quit. Since then, someone on Reddit reported that she was or is working at a Cracker Barrel. After the episode, Katie did an AMA on Reddit where she answered a bunch of questions. It gives a pretty cool behind the scenes of the restaurant and episode. For example, she says that the cops were actually called after the first night on Kitchen Nightmares and the producers had to pay for everyone's meals. Here is a snippet from Reddit. By far, yes! They cut it off short, but the first night after Sammy brutally yelled at and laid his hands on that one customer, the cops did end up being called, and everyone had to leave the restaurant and the producers had to pay for everyone's meals. Crazy, I'm not sure what Katie is up to other than that. And that wraps up our Amy's Baking Company update for 2023. It's been a wild ride, filled with drama, controversy, and unforgettable moments. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the aftermath of one of the most notorious episodes of Kitchen Nightmares. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates from the culinary world. Let us know in the comments what other Kitchen Nightmares stories you'd like us to recap and provide an update on. See you in our next video. Until then, Tata.